So now, my other video was too long, but now to get to another subject, right? If you want to understand how our Earth is being taken over, right? Or our planet, right? Or our mother, just just go back 2 videos from this video and you'll understand everything I'm saying. Now, I got more proof on the fact that through time, they've been, every time we vibrated high or could do something, they invented some type of technology or some type of modulation that stopped us from using it natural. So we would never think that, oh, we're the ones who are making this happen. Instead, we think, oh, we're just using these things. But these things come from something, these ideas, these observations. So we had landline, right? That was invented through the ground for us to use our phones, right? To talk to each other. That's why it was called a landline, right? Because there was wires running through the ground, right? Now, who are the type of beings that have to be grounded, right? To meditate and to use telecommunication, right? Because that's what they did back then. The monks, Buddhists, whatever, right? Any type of religion, you know that they did some type of form of meditation where the person would go within themselves to talk to somebody else mentally, right? This is why they call it telephone, right? Because you use instead of us using telecommunication, we use a telephone. You get what I'm saying? So then we overcame that because we were still talking to each other through our mentals. We were still using telecommunication, right? Now, proof that this works, I'm gonna get into the cell, right? Now they turned it into a cell phone, right? So now the phone can actually sense your body. Like I'm gonna be real. Remember when it first came out, the metrics, that's what they call it, biometrics, right? Remember when it first came out for the cell phone, it always had a little piece on the side that you will put your finger on, right? And it'll start sensing just your fingerprint, right? But remember, your fingerprint holds your whole anatomy of your DNA, just like the universe. It's the code towards everything, right? That's basically what your thumbprint is. It's basically the blueprint of your whole anatomy, right? This is why if you go to jail, if you get your fingers, your fingerprints recorded, they know exactly who you are. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's your whole anatomy, but they don't want to tell you that, right? So not to go too far off, right? When the cells came in, right, they had the little side button and it would sense your fingerprint. Then all you had to do is tap the screen. That's where we're at now. All you got to do is tap the screen, right? And the screen knows exactly who your finger is. But people don't think that. People think that the sensor is sensing just your finger. No, the phone knows who you are, and I have proof of that, right? People be like, oh, I'm so powerful. I had a thought. I had a thought of somebody, and that person called me. Bro, it was your telecommunication that was automatically reaching that person, but your phone picked up the download and it sent it to that person who else has a phone, right? So they're not using their power. They're not using their power. They feel it, but they're not using their power. Your phone's like, oh, okay, you want me to call? All right, bond. It sends the data, it sends the information to them right in their phone. They don't understand that it's the phone, it's the device that is making them get those signals, right? Because all we are transmitters, transmitting signals, right? So they get it, right? Because these phones can take that, right? They get it, and they're like, let me call so-and-so, not even thinking that the phone is sending them to do it. Then they end up calling you, right? And you're like, yo, I was just thinking about you, right? Now, imagine you didn't have the phone. What would that person do? They would come right when the fuck you started thinking about them. They will pop up. I'm telling you, they will start, or they'll feel it. Their ear will start ringing. Where do you think the cell phone, oh, give me a ring. Why do you think the phone rings? Because it's the same shit that happens to your ears. When somebody's talking about you, your ears start ringing, right? And if you're in the right position, you'll know exactly who the fuck it is. I'm trying to tell you, they invent technology over your fucking power. You could go inside and travel. This is why they said meditation is so important, because you're a light being. It's called a Merkaba, right? Which is a vehicle. This whole thing is a vehicle. You guys don't understand it. The spirit is inside of the vehicle. So this is the car, right? and you're the consciousness that is driving the car to where it needs to go. And the paths and the roads and the lanes that you go in and park in are in your head. You get what I'm saying? So you can visit people, but they invented a car so you can materialistically, it's called the demiurge, they invented a car. So instead of you sitting down trying to go within and find that person and see where they're at and talk to them, and then they sit down and they get the message, you drive your car now to the crib. Y'all don't understand how important, bro. Everything that they give us in a materialistic form, it's literally what we could do without it, but it makes us unreliable of self. So we rely on technology. We rely on auto mechanics. We rely on things that are outside of ourselves, right? Even our God is outside of ourselves when really it's inside. This is why I keep telling people, like, we gotta wake up. We have to go. People are so scared to go back to the old times because they don't understand. They don't understand or feel that they would know what to do without relying on. This is why people say we're like babies. Yeah, because we rely on everything outside of ourselves. Everything. And then if you purify, the crazy part is you guys don't even want to grow your own food. You'd rather go in the store and keep buying the same old bullshit that has pesticides that can kill, that they have to stay 12 to 24 hours away from after being sprayed because it's so toxic. Then they can come back in and start working on it and selling it out and cleaning it. You know how crazy that sounds? I bet you any money, if you grow your own fruit in your own farm, you won't have to worry about the pesticides that they have to kill. It's purposely being done. I'm trying to tell people, they just don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay, because when the time comes, all we need is something like a coronal mass injection to black out everything, stop everything. It's game over. It's game over. It's game over. Everybody's gonna get their senses back. You ever have a thought and you're like, how can the brain forget that it forgot? That doesn't even make sense. Its whole job is to hold information and to process it. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They're using electromagnetics or radiation, or using these phones, right, to basically to alternate our minds. Right now, I can send this message. I've talked to so many people since I became a vegetarian. Everything just started clicking. My history hit me. My ancestors hit me. When my earrings, I sit, I meditate, and everything just comes to me. I can literally ask myself a question without using Google or anything and find the answer, and then take some time and Google it down the line and be like, oh shit, I really knew this. Sometimes I be knowing stuff that I remember that I knew it, but I don't know how the fuck I knew it, right? And that's how I know that I'm getting information from something that's out of this realm, right? And it's Mother Earth, it's a universe. I've literally laid down and like sat in the ground and just started crying for no reason, but I'm here. I didn't hear the voice, I felt the voice, which is so different. It's a different type of it's a different type of clarity or clairvoyance. It's a different type of clairvoyance. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell y'all now, if you really stop relying on half of the things that you rely on, and you just pull back from everything that you were taught that was, a little, to knock the little edge off drinking or smoking, all this bullshit, if you knock it off, it's over, bro. I'm telling you, it's over. You're going to tap into something that's crazy. Give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Everything I'm saying going to make sense to you. I'm pushing positivity. I can't do nothing else. I move just like Mother Earth. I promise you, my mouth would be sealed shut if I was lying to you. It wouldn't even allow me. I'd be like, I'd just be stuttering and type shit. But like, that's just not how it works. The universe is sending me this message, and I'm giving it out properly. That's why I got chosen to give it out. And it's a lot of you guys. Wake up, man. Just wake up.